So today we'll start tense. What is tense first of all? Tense is just a form of verb. Tense is just a form of verb which describes or defines the time and state of action. Now how it is a form of verb? If I write the different forms of go, went, gone and going. So here go is a present form of verb or first form of verb. That's why it makes our present tense. Went is a past form of verb or second form of verb. It makes past tense. And gone is the past participle. That is our third form of verb. And going is the present participle. So here go is the present form of verb which makes present tense. Went is the past form of verb which makes past tense. And gone is the past participle and going is the present participle. So these two are used in subparts of tenses, used in subparts or subheads of tenses, like perfect and continuous. So here we don't have any particular form of verb to describe future action. If I write three sentences, I go, I went, and I will go. So how here tense define the time of action? Here go is the first form of verb. I go means I go or a regular habit. This defines a present time or it shows a present time. That's why it is a present tense. Went here defines a past time or past tense. I will go describes a future time, but here I am using the first form of verb to describe future time with a modal will. So I'm using a first form of verb to describe future time. I am not using here a particular form of verb. That's why there are two types of tenses, present time and past time. As I said earlier, that tense is just a form of verb. So here I don't have any particular form of verb to define future time or future tense. That's why there are just two types of tenses, present tense and past tense. Now how tense shows the state of action. If I write some sentences, for example, I write, I am writing, I have written, and I have been writing. So here there are four sentences. I write means I usually write if I talk. So it defines us. These all are in present tense. It defines simple present tense or simple action. I am writing means I am writing right now. It defines present continuous tense or a action which is going on at the time of speaking. I have written means this action is completed right now. I have been writing means this action has started before some time in the past and it's still continuing. So it defines four different states of an action. Now let's start with present tense. And in present tense, first is simple present tense. Now what is simple present tense? In simple present tense defines the action of present time without being said anything about the completeness or incompleteness of the action. The syntax of simple present tense is just subject plus first form of verb plus object. For example, now when we use s and es with first form of verb, if we have I, we, you, they, and plural nouns, then with these nouns we use just first form of verb. And if we have he, she, it, and singular nouns, then we use first form of verb with s and es. So examples for this, examples of simple present tense are I go to school, she goes to school. Now if we talk about the uses of simple present tense, what are the uses and where they are used? First of all, simple present tense is used in universal truths. In universal truth, if you talk about examples like the sun rises in the east, then in this sentence we use simple present tense. Why simple present tense is used in universal truth? Because we cannot change the direction of sun. It always rises in the east and we cannot change it. That's why the universal truths are always written in simple present tense. Another example of this can be man respires. Man respires means human being breathe in and breathe out. We cannot change the respiration process of human being. That's why it is always expressed in simple present tense. Second is habitual actions. In habitual actions, if we talk about our habits, our regular habits, for example, the old lady goes for a walk daily. The old lady goes for a walk daily. Here also we use simple present tense or first form of verb because it is a habitual action. Another example, we go to school regularly. She drinks tea every morning. These are some examples of habitual actions. Our third use of simple present tense is news headlines and commentaries. Now why we use simple present tense in news headlines and commentaries? If I write an example like the Shatabdi Express collides with Rajdhani Express. Here we use first form of verb. Why we use first form of verb that the Rajdhani Express collides with Shatabdi Express collides with Rajdhani Express? Because to maintain the impact of that news, the news headlines always come in simple present tense. Another example, Virat Kohli hits a six. So our news headlines and commentaries are in simple present tense to maintain the impact of that news. Another use of simple present tense is it is also used for future actions which is a part of fixed timetable or fixed schedule. Fixed timetable or schedule. For example, the school reopens on 1st July 2015. Another example, the train departs at 9 o'clock. The train departs at 9 o'clock. So these are a part of fixed timetable or fixed schedule. That's why they are represented or they are denoted by simple present tense. Our next tense is present continuous tense. Now, what is present continuous tense? In present continuous tense, we generally talk about those actions which are going on at the time of speaking. Actions which are going on at the time of speaking. For example, I am teaching, students are studying. So present continuous tense are used to define those actions which are going on at the time of speaking. Another use of present continuous tense is actions which are not going on exactly at the time of speaking, but going somewhere in the extent of time or in the period of time. Actions which are in progress, period of time. For example, I am writing a novel. I'm not writing a novel right now, but this action is going on in the period of time in the duration of present time. Okay. Next use of present continuous tense is it is also used to denote actions of it is also used to denote future actions. Future actions which are going to happen in the near future. For example, I am leaving for Delhi tomorrow. So this is a future action which is about to happen in the near future. This can also be denoted in present continuous tense. Our next tense is present perfect tense. Now, what is present perfect tense? In present perfect tense, we denote those actions which have started in the past and completed in the present. The syntax of present perfect tense is subject plus has have plus third form of verb and object. So, actions which have started in the past and completed in the present time. For example, I have done my homework. We have finished eating. These are the examples of present perfect tense. Our next tense is present perfect continuous tense. What is present perfect continuous tense? Present perfect continuous tense defines those actions which have started in the past, continuing in the present time and may continue in the near future. The syntax of present perfect continuous tense is subject plus has have, been, and present participle, that is our first form of verb, plus ing and object, and since or for. Now, what is the difference between since and for and why we use this? Since is always used for point of time. For example, if we define a particular point like since Monday, since 2000, since the 2 o'clock, if we define a point of time, then we use since, and for is used for period of time or duration of time. For example, we have been studying since 2 o'clock. So this sentence defines a particular point of time, and if I write the same sentence with for, it's like we have been studying for 2 hours. So this is present perfect continuous tense. Here our present tense is completed.